got my two little helpers to do yoga. Okay, so while those two have gone to play outside, we will get straight into our practice. So today's practice is just going to be a short and easy opportunity to reconnect with ourselves and work through, shift anything that is there for us mentally, physically, spiritually. So yes, get into something comfy. We're going to need a bolster, or if you don't have a bolster, then you can use a couple of cushions or a thick blanket for this practice. And then we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. So either with the legs crossed, maybe sat up on the bolster, on the cushions, or with the legs extended out in front of you. Taking a moment to ground down through the sit bones or through any part of you that's in contact with the mat. Let the eyes close if they haven't already. And bring the attention in onto the breath. With each exhalation, letting the body relax, so letting the shoulders drop down away from the ears. Letting the muscles, the skin of the face relax. Letting the teeth part. Feeling everything soften as we really arrive into this present moment. We arrive onto our mat for this practice today. Taking a big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Same again, breathing in everything through the nose, filling the lungs, expanding the belly. And then when you're ready, exhaling everything out through the mouth, big release. Perfect, letting the breath go back to normal now. Gently starting to open the eyes, giving the fingers and the toes a little wiggle. And then bringing the hands to rest, either on the knees or just on the tops of the thighs here. And we're just going to slowly start to sway side to side. So imagining that the spine is kind of moving like a reed in the wind. Starting out gently and slowly, and then maybe picking up the pace. And then as you start to relax, really letting yourself go here. Maybe you can add in some movement of the shoulders and of the neck as well. Taking a full breath. And then slowing it down. Eventually coming back to meet in center, lengthening through the spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling, the sky. And then drawing the right heel in, we're going to extend the left leg out to the side of the body here. Okay, and then with the left hand, we're just going to trace it down the leg towards the toes. Right palm reaches up and over. So nice stretch in the right side body here. And hopefully you can feel the hamstring as well. Turning the gaze to look up and really drawing that right shoulder back. And this is where we can add in a bolster or the cushions. So bringing that to the inside of the extended leg, really using it to support us here in this posture. So maybe coming down onto the forearm as we reach over, or maybe coming all the way down. I can't, but maybe you can reach the head to rest the head on the bolster or cushions here. And once you get somewhere where you feel comfortable, just focusing on the breath again, breathing down into the stretch. So noticing the sensations of the body, noticing where the stretch is most present in the body, and seeing if you can send the breath into that area. Maybe even deepening slightly as you exhale. Taking one more full breath here. And then slowly easing out, coming back up through center. From here, extending the right leg out long. So both the legs are extended now. Shift the bolster or the cushions, blankets into the middle. And then we're just going to come to rest the forearms or hold onto the bolster or cushions here. Leaning forward into our wide leg forward fold here. Okay, maybe you're just here. Maybe you can come down onto the forearms. Or maybe bringing a tiny bend into the knees. You can come all the way down, resting the forehead onto the bolster. Okay, but wherever you are at is completely fine, completely welcomed in this space. Breathing deeply here. Hey buddy, have you come to join the practice? Yeah, take a seat then, bud. Breathing in here. Being present with the breath. Present with the sensations of the body. And then slowly, when you're ready, walking the hands back up, coming through center. And then that stretch we did before on the other side, we're going to switch it over. So drawing the left heel in this time, extending the right leg out long. Right hand traces down the leg towards the toes. Right palm reaches up and stretches over. Okay, and if you wanted to add in that bolster or cushions, then you can shift the bolster over to the inside of that extended leg. And then come to rest, the hand, the forearm, maybe all the way down to the side of the head, onto the bolster as you reach over, drawing that left shoulder back. Breathing down into the side body, down into the legs. Taking one more full breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing it back up through center. Shifting that bolster back out to one side. We're going to come over onto all fours into our tabletop posture. So stacking the joints here. Knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Drawing that lower belly in, creating a nice straight line from the top of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Gaze is down. And then really focus on your foundation here. So spreading the fingers out wide, grounding down through the palms, through all of the fingers, the thumbs, and through the tops of the feet as well. Taking a breath in, finding your strength here. And then long exhale out as we relax and soften. Okay, from here, dropping the belly, lifting the chest, lifting the chin as we inhale in for our cow pose. And then exhale out to round the spine, drawing the chin in, gaze comes in towards the navel, into our cat pose. Okay, alternating between these two, so dropping the belly, lifting the chest as we inhale, rounding the spine, bringing the gaze down as we exhale. Moving through this cat and cow at our own pace to the rhythm of our own breath. adding in any additional movements that feel good as well. So maybe rocking backwards and forwards as you move through your cat and cow. Maybe that's circles with the hips, rolling the shoulders. Just finding a little bit of play and a little bit of expression here. Hey, gorgeous. We have lots of curiosity in this practice. Everybody wants to know what's going on. Okay, taking one more full breath wherever you are at. And then coming back to meet in that flat back tabletop position. Bringing the elbows down to the ground where the hands currently are. Edging the knees back ever so slightly. And then sending the chest, the forehead, down to the earth. Feeling a nice opening in the shoulders. And this is our puppy pose. To intensify this pose slightly, you can press down into the hands, lifting the forearms and the elbows up off the ground. And this just opens up the shoulders a little bit more. Wherever you are, just breathing deep. Beautiful, lifting the gaze up, coming down onto the forearms if you want already, and then sending the hips forward, coming down onto the belly, lifting the chest into our Sphinx pose. Sending the breath into the lower back, noticing the sensations of this back bend here. If you want to intensify, you can bring the hands underneath the shoulders, squeeze the elbows in, lift the chest up into our cobra pose. Taking a big breath in through the nose. Long exhale out, chest comes back down if it isn't already. If the forearms are out, bringing the hands under the shoulders, we're going to tuck the toes and push all the way up and back into our downward facing dog. Okay, keeping a generous bend in the knees here if that feels good. Pedaling out the feet. Focus on lengthening the spine. And finding some stillness here, we're going to take 3 full deep breaths. Okay, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale in, exhale out. Last one, deep breath in, exhale out. Beautiful. From here, dropping the knees back down to the ground, untucking the toes. We're going to come into our child's pose. I have a couple of options here. You can keep the knees in together, send the sit bones back, bring the arms down to the sides, and melt the forehead down. Or you can bring the knees out as wide as the mat, toes come into a point, send the sit bones back, extend the arms out in front, and melt the forehead down. Either way, just taking a moment to pause here, feeling all the elements of this pose, noticing the body, noticing the breath. Okay, when you're ready, gently lifting the gaze up in between the hands or the forearms, sending the weight forward. Okay, and then from here, we're going to make our way to lay flat on the back. Into our Shavasana. So you may want to add in the bolster or the cushions, the blanket, for this part as we relax. So you can maybe tuck them underneath the knees, maybe bring a blanket over your body to keep you warm as we start to relax here. I'm going to be laying on a tractor, I think. Letting the eyes close and the body start to relax. Letting the arms and the legs become heavy, and the feet and the hands fall apart to the sides. There's nothing to do here but breathe. Enjoying this moment, enjoying this Shavasana for as long as you need. Even beyond this video, just taking what you need from this practice. Okay, taking a big breath in through the nose. Long exhale out through the mouth. Bringing the hands in together at the chest. Thanking yourself for carving out this time for you today. Sometimes getting onto the mat is the most difficult part. So celebrating yourself for being here and for making this time for yourself. And then floating the hands up to the forehead, the third eye. Thank you everybody for joining me here for this class. Namaste.